Oh, hi, Aisyah.
Oh, hi, Ainur, you're here. Have a seat. Oh, by the way, did you just finish your class? Yeah, but I have a lot of things to do. Same with me. Oh, I'm so thirsty. Do you want some drink? Yeah, sure, I'm in. Okay. Here you go. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I heard your brother was in an accident. Is he okay? Oh, yeah, he is doing fine. He had gotten out of the hospital yesterday. Surprisingly, he is recovering very quickly. I'm glad to hear that. Anyway, since our long break is coming, do you have any ideas for our budget trip? I do have a few in mind, but it must be fun, affordable, and somewhere we have not been before. Absolutely. Speaking of budget, I've heard Thailand is amazing and really cheap. Oh, it is. When I went there, I only spent around 1,500 ringgit in a week. The food was also fantastic and very well made. 1,000 and 1,500 in a week? How did you pull that off? It's actually quite simple. You should stay in motels instead of hotels and buy street food instead of going to the restaurant. And other than that, you also should use public transport instead of taxis. Oh, that's smart. When I went to Vietnam, I stayed in motels too. I never forget the Ben Thanh market. It was a very wonderful place to visit. Yeah, I can imagine. When I went to Bali, I stayed in a guest house run by locals. They even taught me how to make traditional crafts. How kind of them? Wow, that's the kind of experience I want. Something unique and cultural. Then let's plan our trip. How about Europe this time? Isn't Europe expensive though? Well, Eastern Europe is quite affordable. Like Hungary and Croatia. Their flights are also affordable, but if we book it early. Plus, seeing old castles while we're walking, isn't that incredible, don't you think? Yes, that really sounds amazing. If only we could make this trip last forever. Don't we all? But let's be realistic here. We need a list of destinations to compare costs, activities, and weather. I had been thinking about traveling during the off season. Good idea. It's going to be cheaper and less crowded. Exactly. And I've been thinking about Albania. Did you know that Albania has many wonderful beaches? Really? I never thought about Albania. Well, that's the point. It's affordable and less touristy. I'm already picturing us sitting by the beach and eating local food. Speaking of food, let's make a pact. No being picky with our food, we will try everything. Deal. But let's set a daily spending limit for us to stay on a budget. Cool. And we'll split responsibilities. I will handle the bookings. Maybe you could handle our expenses. By the time we reach Europe, we will have been traveling for 24 hours. So let's go and get some meals. Sure. Then afterwards, I will track our expenses. Also, have you searched for our tickets yet? Just in time. I was looking for tickets while we were speaking, actually. I'll make sure we get good deals on flights and our hostels. And I plan the itinerary. I'll make sure it's going to be packed with fun activities like we will be exploring Tihani Peninsula. Sounds like a plan. So that by the time we reach Albania, we will have planned every detail of the trip. We'll finalize everything by next week. Agreed. I can't wait to start packing. You know, this trip is really starting to feel exciting. I can already imagine all the fun we have.
Same here. We'll create so many memories. By the way, what kind of activities do you want to prioritize? Relaxing, exploring, or maybe both?
Definitely a mix of both. I love to explore during the day and relax by the beach in the evenings. What about you?
Oh, I agree. And maybe we can squeeze in some cultural tours too. Learning about the history of the places we visit always makes the trip much more meaningful.
Great idea. Speaking of which, I heard Albania has some incredible historical sites, like Berat, the city of a thousand windows.
Wow, that sounds beautiful. I'll add that to our list. And don't forget about the beaches. I've seen pictures of Samil Beach. It looks like a slice of paradise.
Samil Beach?
Yeah,
I never heard of it, but it sounds dreamy. We definitely need to spend a day or two there.
absolutely. Oh, and what about souvenirs? Do you like buying them when you travel?
Yes, but I usually go for something small and meaningful, like handmade craft. What about you?
Same here. I also like to collect fridge magnets and postcards. They're simple but a nice reminder of our trip.
Speaking of reminders, we should keep a travel journal. We can jot down our experience every night.
Yeah, that's a fantastic idea. We can even take Polaroids and stick them in our journal. It will be like our own scrapbook of our adventure.
Perfect. Let's also plan some local food tasting season. I want to try everything from traditional dishes to street snacks.
Oh, yes. And we can rank our favorite dishes too at the end of the trip. I read about a dish called birek. It's a savory pastry filled with cheese or meat.
Be right? That sounds delicious. I'm already excited to try it. We should also look into trying some local dessert.
Agreed. I read somewhere that Albania has a dessert called triles. It's a sponge cake soaked in three types of milk. Doesn't that sound heavenly?
It does. Now I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. By the way, what's your packing strategy? Are you a light packer or do you bring everything just in case?
I'm a light packer. I usually plan my outfits ahead of time and stick to essentials, my important things. What about you?
I try to pack light, but I always end up overpacking. Maybe I follow your lead this time.
I'll help you pack efficiently. Let's make a checklist together to ensure we don't forget anything.
Great idea. We need comfortable shoes, travel size toiletries, and don't forget a power bank for our phones.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe a reusable water bottle? It's eco-friendly and saves money too.
Smart. Okay, let's finalize this checklist soon. I'm getting more and more excited as we plan.
Same here. This is going to be the trip of a lifetime.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.